Hello, I thought I'd bring you out in my studio with me today because I've got so much going on out here. This is my latest purchase I thought you might want to see. This is a heated body warmer thing. It's got different temperatures on it. I think I might turn it up. Obviously that's the hottest. So I'll let you know how that goes. So fully thermal gloves, hat, hair down because it keeps helps to keep my neck warm out here. So loads going on. So I'm gonna turn you around and talk you through it all, and you're just gonna have to excuse the terrible mess on the floor. Joking about the terrible mess. Look at it. Looks like a teenager lives in here. I'm just dropping things as I go. Right, so where to start? I've got a sink out here, but as the weather's got colder, I've realised my brushes aren't getting so clean. So I actually took these in and washed them in super hot water last night. I dried them out on the radiator. My brushes have never looked so good, so I must remember to do that more often. I've got a Kurt Jackson book on the floor to help to inspire me with mark making, really, more than anything else, because C composition is fairly straightforward. This is the one I started last night. Our colours are a bit lighter than they appear on the camera, so you'll have to excuse that. So I'm not sure where that one's going today. It might end up a seascape from a distance, or I might bring it up close with a rock formation. So I'm just going to have a look at the marks that I've got on the surface, really, and see what they're telling me, see which one they want to be. So that's really, really early stages of seascape painting. Well, the sky, although the sky may pretty much, it might be there, maybe not, but pretty much there. And then this is the one that I've been doing this week on the floor. This pigmentation has actually been a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be. I'm really happy with this colour here, but I think I might need to knock back that purple a bit, and the green as well. It is a bit lighter than it appears again on the video, so I was going to do something completely different down here. This was meant to be underpainting, but the more I rubbed back into it, the happier I became with these marks. So I need some sort of contrasting colour on this painting, I think, but very, very little of it. And it might happen in the foreground, but there's a lot of work that needs to go on here. But hopefully there's not tons to do on this one. This painting here, I started a couple of weeks ago, and I finished it yesterday. This might need just a tiny extension of this orange colour going into here. I changed the composition quite a lot yesterday. It was much flatter, and I noticed that what appeared to be wave shapes were coming in at an angle. So because there's an angle in the sky as well, I've really accentuated that. This piece you've seen like a million times on Instagram. I do absolutely love it. It's finished now, it just needs naming. I really love this painting. I could very happily live with this painting forever, because I think it tells me so much about my own practice and mark making. I particularly like this bottom section here, really fast marks, which has sort of taught me a lot about the fast marks that I need to make sure that that don't disappear in painting. So these fast marks that are right at the beginning of this painting definitely need to stay, because they help to give that energy and that shift across. The colours are so much better than they look on there. Anyway, and then I've got this painting I've been doing on the floor. I think this is finished too. I might have to try and adjust the colours. And then this painting has taken weeks to do. It's got loads of lovely like purples and browns in there that you can barely see. It's got a lot of colour in it, a lot of contrast in it too. So this has been a real sort of algebraic equation, that painting. It's taken a lot to pull it together and make it work, particularly because I went quite far with colours. And then just a couple hiding away. That painting still needs to be finished, so does this one. This big wave painting still needs to be finished. I love this part of it here, but there's a lot that needs to be resolved here. And then I've got a real quandary of a painting here. Turn it around a bit. So I'm really not sure. I think I know what to do with this painting. I've got some great marks in here that I don't want them to completely disappear. But yeah, so that's that one. I'm just like keeping ticking away in the background, and I just love lots of the marks, but they need to become more cohesive as a whole. And you can see I've got bits of inspiration lying around on the floor and all sorts going on, and books out. I'd love to have a go at a snow scene next week. I really want to push myself with that. I feel like this painting has pushed me because I have not concentrated on reflections and light on the foreground. I usually concentrate on the light on the sea. So yeah, so this has pushed me. This book here I bought for teaching, but actually it's taught me a huge amount. As you can see, I've got loads of different post-it notes stuck in it. The Landscape Painter's Workbook. It's just lots of different artists. Oh, my heated gillet's warming up. It's lots of different artists' approach to starting a painting or colour with painting. It's a really interesting book because there's so many different artists in here, and everybody has a slightly different way of approaching it. Although actually it's written by one artist. But I love, yeah, it's really interesting, but also easy to understand. And it talks about value a lot, which I work with colour and value quite intuitively. There's a couple of my bits and pieces in there where I've tried things out. So yeah, it's a good book. If you're interested in landscape painting, there's definitely something you'll be able to learn in there. We all have our strengths and our specialisms in landscape painting, and mine is sort of like texture and colour, but colour on a more intuitive level, and I could probably do with understanding a little bit more about colour theory. Right, so that is my studio. Empty coffee cups, been sat there for a couple of days. And I didn't clean my palette last night, it was a bit naughty, so I'm going to do it now. But I did clean my brushes, so honestly, I better tidy up a little bit, otherwise I'm going to feel like... Hopefully that was helpful or useful in some way to you, or just interesting. And yeah, have a good Friday and have a good weekend, and I better crack on. I'll speak to you soon.